Hello, you are welcome to this channel. A white man who opened the door when Ralph Yarl, a 16-year-old Missouri kid, rang the wrong doorbell to pick up his brother shot him twice, once in the head and once more as he lay on the ground. Ralph Yarl is currently struggling for his life. Ralph survived the gunshots and is currently healing by a complete miracle. According to police, Ralph intended to pick up his siblings from a home on Northeast 115th Terrace in Kansas City, Missouri, but instead ended up at a home on Northeast 115th Street. The occurrence took place last Thursday, April 13, 2023. Kansas City, Missouri's Clay County prosecutors have not made any arrests. The young boy's family is asking the authorities to make an arrest right away. He is a junior in high school, Ralph. He enjoys playing the bass clarinet and loves music. He has a bright future and is adored by his family and neighborhood. He is a 16-year-old boy from a great family who is intelligent, talented, kind, and gregarious. He was shot twice by a white man. The young teenager's family is pleading with the public to spread word about his terrible position so that he can receive
calls for justice across the country.
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel brought left up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Quick lesson. It says, teen shot after going to wrong home to pick up his brothers. This is the story of Ralph Yarl, which was shot and wounded by a homeowner after mistakenly going to the wrong address to pick up his siblings in Kansas City, Missouri. It says his family and other members of the community staged a protest following the incident, demanding charges for the shooter, which time after time, how many times are we going to tell you, Jakes, that marching is not going to get the job done? Okay, you got Black Lives Matter march, you got these protests. Every time a nigga gets shot, y'all want to take to the streets and protest for equal rights. But if you knew your enemy and understand the dynamic of your enemy, the scriptures say never trust thy enemy. You're not going to get any justice from that. And even if they are talking about, well, we're going to demand charges, we're going to bring them up on charges at X, Y, and Z, the prosecutor's office. At the end of the day, man, this is just one out of 1,000 shows, man. Okay, how many of you Jakes get blown away by Esau Edom year after year, month after month, day after day, and there's no justice being done? Because you have to understand this is the land of your captivity. This is the land of your enemies. Okay, and if you Jakes, man, you understood your enemy and you understood the mindset that they're coming in and that this man has never liked you nor cared about you, then you can see things clear. Okay, because for one thing, Esau, he's not equating himself with you Jakes. In his mindset, he's like, look, I'm above you niggas, man. Shit. I don't want you niggas shit. But let you tell it, well, we want to be equal. No, man, you're supposed to want to overthrow the enemy. Okay, and you can't do that without Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. This is why you're going through these nefarious means to plead and beg, to growl at Esau's feet, asking for a chance to live. And no, you know. So, anyway, man, this situation after situation, it's the same concept. Jake. So I'm going to play this video a little bit and get a couple more precepts so and get to the point. So here we go.
After a Kansas City teen went to the wrong home to pick up his younger brothers, and the homeowner shot him. 16-year-old Ralph Yarl is recovering in the hospital in stable condition. His family describes him as a typical high schooler who loves to play the bass clarinet. He has been looking forward to starting college and majoring in chemical engineering. Police say Yarl's family say that he was given the address 115th Terrace, but he mistakenly went to a home at 115th Street instead. The shooter has been released, and there is sparking protest nationwide right now and outrage nationwide. CNN's Camila Bernal live for us in Los Angeles with more on this. Good morning to you, Camila. What is the status on this investigation?
Good morning, Don. Authorities say more is needed to go forward, and they need a statement from Ralph Yarl. He is doing well. He's in the hospital. He's recovering. But the family says that this is a long road, especially when it comes to his mental and his emotional health. This is a teenager that is being described as friendly and well-mannered. He loves music, and the family says plays multiple instruments, always had one in hand. He was dreaming about graduating and going to West Africa. All of this, of course, is going to be a lot more difficult now because he went to 115th Street instead of Terrace. He was just a block away from his brothers when he was shot.
The Kansas City community protesting on Sunday after 16-year-old Ralph Yarl was shot as he was trying.
And this is all niggas gonna do, bro. They gonna protest, gonna throw a couple of bricks, a couple of bottles. BLM may get involved depending on how much the government wants to invest in the folly. And that's the end of it. You ain't gonna fucking retaliate, do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he shot dude in the face and then shot him again on the ground, which is fucked up because literally, I mean, you can get rerouted or being misdirected out here. I mean, because you have like 115 terrorists and you have 115th Street and you may have 115th Road. You know, you have 3 different versions of 115th Street. And a lot of times people do get mixed up between terrorists and street. You know, if you're not really sound with the directions. And sometimes the GPS, that doesn't always give you the most probable of directions. But regardless of that, man, you niggas need to wake up and smell the beans for what it is, okay? So this is the book of Zechariah 11:5. It says, whose possessors saved them, or who is our possessors? Esau, Edom. Okay, the so-called white man, the self-appointed white man. Okay, which that term, so-called white, I believe that came out in Virginia in 1681. Okay, basically a social construct to equate them with being a less aggressive. You know, like it says, Satan transformed himself into the ministers of light, angels of righteousness, and that's one way he did it. Because when you think of white, you think of pure, you think of peace. Okay, versus when you think of black, you think of dark, greedy, death, okay, erratic, and so forth. But it says, and they seldom, it says, who hold themselves not guilty, and they that seldom say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not, man. Okay, our own leaders is not really standing up for Jake, man. Okay, they claim they for Jake, you know, Al Charlatan and Jesse Jackass Jackson may show up at a rally, but other than that, they paid and bought, and they bought and paid for. All right, they don't give a damn about what's happening to you, Jakes, man. All right. Next precept here. Let's go to the book of Hosea 4, and I'm going to start at verses. And this is another thing, too, because you Jakes, you have no knowledge of the Lord. It says, so hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. Hear the word of the Lord. Have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. So this is the reason why you are oblivious to the acts of Esau, Edom. Okay, though history is blatantly available, history is blatantly at your beck and call, but you're not going to research it because you don't have the discipline. And second of all, now they're talking about banning quote unquote critical race theory. You see, they don't call it a fact; they call it a theory now. A theory is something that just like a theory is not really necessarily proven to be true. If somebody say, I have a theory on how this is performed or how this works, they're not really sound in it. It's just pretty much a guess or they suspect it. Okay, so they call it critical race theory instead of critical race facts. Okay, and this is, and they're trying to ban that. You know, another blow to you Negroes. Okay, but it says here, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out in blood touching blood. Okay, another prime example. Okay, Jake's getting gunned down left and right in the streets. Okay, and now that we have the internet age, this is more of a common factor of what the hell is going on. Okay, because prior then, you know, this happened, but there was no way that we can really see it because we didn't have the internet. But now these things are blatantly happening to you, and you niggas still fail to see that the so-called white man hates you, man. Okay, Esau Edom hates you. And he's going to continue to show his horns as we progress to the end of his kingdom. Hey, we're going to continue to see things get worse. All right? Go to the book of Ezekiel 35:5. This is Ezekiel 35, and I'm going to start at verses 5. It says, because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay, so when you think of a perpetual goes into everlasting or continual. It says, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel. Ralph Yarl was an Israelite, okay? Whether he thought he was or whether he knew that, probably not. Who knows? Probably came past a camp. You know, I'm pretty sure they have whiff of who the Hebrew Israelites are. I mean, you can ask anybody. They will know. Now, whether they believe we're the people is yet to be told. But nonetheless, he was still an Israelite, even if he didn't identify with it. Okay, it says, shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Hey, we were supposed to have been let out of our fucking captivity. Okay, we were supposed to have been let out. We were supposed to have been given our substance back and to do what we wanted to do as far as a nation. But what does Esau do? Okay, he forwarded the affliction. You know, he forwarded the affliction and he put more hell on us. Okay, now we're under what they call contractual laws. Instead of the chattel slavery, we're bound by contracts and paperwork, which is set to hem you up. You know, and it says, and thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returned it, man. Because there's going to be a recompense for this. And all you jakes that's marching and doing all, look, man, you ain't going to do shit. Just knock it out, man. You know, go home and fucking watch BET or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't going to go up against your oppressors because the Most High, he's put a spirit of docility in you, man, until the time comes. And I believe just through the spirit, Jake is going to wake up when the economy crash. You know, like when everything falls apart and, you know, the money is scarce and the food. You see, you got to take away a nigga's meal ticket before he decides to do anything. Other than that, Jake ain't gonna act, man. Jake is gonna sit back and they're gonna continue to engage in their folly. They're not gonna fucking play. They just gonna sit back and protest and scream and march. Why can't we have an equal chance? Because, man, Esau don't look at you as his equal. Okay, he wants to overthrow you, and he's been overthrowing you. How much fucking many times you niggas gotta get shot before you see that? Simple, Jakes, man. All right. Play the last of the video and we get a couple more precepts and that'll be that.
To pick up his siblings last week. Police say Yarl accidentally went to the wrong address where he was shot and seriously wounded by the homeowner. Officers arrived at the scene after a neighbor called 911 and took the homeowner immediately into custody.
Our heart goes out to the juvenile victim.
And this nigga here, man, this dude is a straight up sellout, bro. He is not for Jake. He is the biggest advocate for Edomites. Okay, I can't stand that dude. That dude is a straight demon, and he don't give a fuck about Jake, man. He may be a terror. All right, he's all about Esau, Edom, and what they want to accomplish. Because when they was bringing the jab here, he was the main nigga that was trying to put the jab in you, man. You know what I'm saying? He was the main one that wanted to see you all juiced up. So fuck him. Most High got a special judgment for this nigga. All right, but nonetheless, all you Jakes out there that's in this mindset. But this is a sellout, low life. Just look at him. He ain't right. Fucking smooth face. This nigga's damn near what, 60s? Okay, smooth face, bald head, no beard. Got that stupid ass look on his face. He may be a straight up tear. But you could tell he's a demon and he's been violated in so many times. You can see it in his face that he ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? Mayor Quentin Lucas. Man, the hell with this guy. Most High going, man, the hell with that guy. He's a demon.
More than anything, to make sure that this child and this child's family knows that there are people working hard, a number of people working hard to make sure there is justice for this person.
The homeowner, who has not been identified, was released after 24 hours pending further investigation. The police department says they're waiting to obtain a formal statement from the victim and further forensic evidence.
The fuck you need a forensic evidence? What do you mean a further statement from the victim? The nigga got shot in the face. That's the statement you need. Y'all already identified he knocked on the wrong door. But see, they trying to investigate and see if he was trying to rob that Edomite. Because see, that Edomite probably went in there and told him a lie. Probably say, look, he tried to break in my house. And you know, they got this thing now out in Cali, and these different cities, these big cities. Basically, niggas is taking over the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like in, what city in Cali? I think that was it was in LA, I know that. But basically, Jake was robbing and looting stores, and they was doing donuts in the middle of the street. Like, Jake is really losing it, man. You know what I'm saying? And with that type of violence and that type of aggression that Esau was allowing Jake to partake in, basically Esau can claim self-defense, because ain't nobody gonna look or think about twice of investigating if he say, well, look, he tried to break in my house. They gonna let him off, probably with a technicality or something. But other than that, why didn't they arrest him and keep him in there? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, if he shot an Edomite, they would have threw the book at that nigga, man. Okay, they would have expedited the trial because they know they had him on something. They would have gave him a life sentence. Fuck the investigation, you know?
I want everyone to know that I'm listening, and I understand the concern that we are receiving from the community. The information that we have now, it does not say that it's racially motivated. That's still an active investigation. But as a chief of police, I do recognize the racial components of this case. I do recognize and understand the community's concern.
Yarl's aunt says her nephew loves music and is a section leader in his marching band. She says his goal is to attend Texas A&M University to study chemical engineering. Civil rights attorneys Lee Merritt and Benjamin Crump are representing the victim and his...
Give me a fucking break, niggas. You jakes are jokes, man. All acquit the wicked. Oh shit, hold up. Give me 1 second, I probably spelled that wrong. Yep, Nahum 1 and 3, it says, the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. You know, so, yeah, I mean, Esau may get away with it in this kingdom, but he's not getting away from the Most High. Okay, even though Jake is wicked, every Israelite that has been put to death by another nation, the Most High will require that of your hands. Esau, starting with Esau, Edom first. Every nation that has ever put their hand on Jake, whether they're the 2/3 or the 1/3 elect, the Most High is going to avenge their blood because they're still the righteous. Okay, though it's a double-edged sword because this is the wicked. This is our judgment. Okay, but nonetheless, the Most High is going to judge you who judges people. And it says, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau. Okay, first and foremost. It says, the Lord have his way in the whirlwind, and in a storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet. So that destruction is coming. That destruction is going to sweep Babylon, like we read the besom of destruction. When you go into the word besom, it goes into a sweeping agent. You know, Sirach 9, and I'm going to start at verses 13. It says, keep thee far from the men that have the power to kill. So should thou not doubt the fear of death. Now, it is a mistake, but if Jake understood their enemies, then they would know. You got to move with wisdom. Okay, you got to be cautious out here. It says, shall thou not fear it says, keep thee far from the men that have the power to kill. So shall thou not fear so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. What the fuck is wrong with me today? It says, and if thou comest to him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. And that's what happened. He damn near probably tried to kill him. Okay, because somebody put you down with a headshot and they shoot you again. Obviously, they trying to put your ass down. So obviously, he tried to kill him. Okay, now that could be an attempt murder, or that can be an voluntary manslaughter, however they want to put it. But they may say involuntary, but he didn't kill a guy. Okay, but nonetheless, the shooting was intentional because you shot him in the face. A face shot is able to kill anybody, depending on where the bullet goes. But it says, if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. And remember that thou goest in the midst of snares. Snares is a trap. And thou walkest upon the battlements of the city, man. Okay? So that's the point. This city is full of snares and traps, man. This country, which Babylon is Babylon is considered a big city. Okay? If you look at all these 50 provinces or the states, whatever you want to call them, they're all cities, man, okay? Because really, there's no walls in this place, okay? We're surrounded by borders and state lines and bridges, okay? Which all connects to another. Like if I was to it literally takes me 3.5 hours to get out of the state of Missouri into Illinois, okay? I mean, the only thing I got to do is cross a bridge and say, hey, welcome to the state of Illinois, and bam, we're in another province, but it's all connected. So this is one big city, okay? It says, make no fault lest he take away thy life presently. And remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city. Okay? So Jake, man, know who your damn enemy is. Never trust thy enemy, for it's iron rusted, so it's his wickedness, man. So you can't trust your enemies, Jake. Know who your enemy is, and it is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Proves that Psalms the 83rd chapter. But I'm going to end it there, getting all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Baba Ball.